Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mickey. This is
Keto.
and it's our first week into keto together. I've been doing this for a while, but this is your first full week doing it, and I think that most people get really discouraged in their first week when they're starting the keto diet. So we wanted to come in here, make a little video of what you can expect and top tips to get over those common things that discourage people when you're starting the keto diet. I think the most important thing to remember when you're starting the keto diet is to get over your fear of fat. I know that I was absolutely terrified the first few weeks of eating so much fat. I would look at these meal plans and I would see trying to hit my macros and thinking, oh my God, I'm not eating enough fat. And you're probably thinking like, how do you eat 75 to 85% fat? And it really is scary at first because you're just like programmed to thinking that fat is bad. But I know for me that just incorporating a lot of oils, a lot of cheese, a lot of butter into my meals really helped me get over that fear. But I think that a lot of people are very surprised in the beginning of how much fat you actually have to eat.
You're used to thinking that fat is bad, right? You want to achieve goals, you want to lose fat. So thinking all of a sudden to eat 80% fat, it doesn't come as so natural to everyone. That's why research is very important. There is a plethora of a lot of articles and explanations to the layman like myself that detail how exactly the body works on fat, different than how it works on your normal diet.
Another thing that I noticed immediately that I had to get used to is drinking a ton of water. That is the first weight that you're gonna lose. A lot of people claim that they lose a lot of weight in their first week of keto, and that's basically because they're losing the water weight. So it's really, really important that you're drinking a lot of water and that you're having a lot of electrolytes, because that's what's gonna help you retain that water weight. It's actually a good thing, and compensating by having a ton of salt so that you don't lose only water weight. You really want to make that transition to losing fat and not just that initial water weight. And for me, a telltale sign that I'm in ketosis is when I have just severe dry mouth. I can literally have a gallon of water and still feel like I'm very, very thirsty, and that's just one of the symptoms that I experience. Not everybody else does. Did you?
Occasionally, yeah. I need to drink more. I feel the urge to drink a lot of coffee, actually, more so than I normally do.
Another important thing to remember, that your body is used to running on carbs for fuel, and when you're making that transition to running on fat for fuel, you might have a little bit less energy than you usually do. And so when you're exercising, or if you're already exercising, make sure that you're just moderately exercising and you're not like going crazy with your workouts when you first transition. You're eventually going to have way more energy to crush more workouts and do harder workouts than you're doing without the keto diet. But in the beginning, I suggest that you just give yourself that grace and your body that transition period before you start smashing out really intense workouts. Now, it was our first week doing this, and it just so happened to be the Jewish New Year here, and it's a big eating holiday, and we went over to his parents' house, and it's something that I actually want to touch on in this video, is the fact that people may judge you when you're starting this diet. It's a very, very, very controversial diet. People are very uneducated about it, and people love to give their opinions about things that they don't necessarily know a lot of information. So I found for me that it's just best to stay quiet when you're making this transition until you're figuring things out, because people are always going to have 2 cents to say about things, and it may derail you and it may unmotivate you. I don't know how you felt, but it's not nice sometimes.
Yeah, if you're a confrontational guy or a girl and you want to actually educate people, then there's on dietdoctor.com, there's actually a little pamphlet that you can explain what diet you're on. I suggest reading it or printing it out and handing it to the people you get into an argument with, or just refrain from the argument altogether, which is what Mickey did. Yeah, people will judge you. That's the fact of life. I don't know if it's for everyone, but one of the most distinguishable things that I felt since going on keto is that I have a taste of a dead ferret who's slowly dying in my mouth. Honestly, the taste isn't good, which is why I chew gum. That's fine, but honestly, I did not expect that, and this is the one side effect I could do without.
Yeah, when I started keto, he also told me that my breath smelled terrible. So it may be a side effect that you experience. Not everybody does. So it is very unfortunate if you do, but I just suggest brushing your teeth more often, chewing gum, making sure that it's low carb gum, and using mouthwash.
It's like a little colony of hobos. Habits your teeth, but it's fine.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's just awful, but it's fine.
I started naming them, yeah. Okay, so I've been very regular with my bowel movements, and that's one more thing that I've noticed has changed dramatically. On keto diet, I go less often. I'd say about once every 3-4 days. It's to be expected, and I understand it's going to change.
And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on is insomnia. For me, I just had a burst of energy when I started the keto diet, and I just like couldn't sleep. And it wasn't because I was like restless or stressed or had anything really going on. I just had so much energy and my mind would not just shut down. I think that for me is my favorite side effect of being in ketosis, is that I just have insane clarity and I have a lot of energy. So you may experience insomnia. Don't think that anything's wrong with you, and don't think that don't be too stressed out about it. Eventually you will go to a more regular sleeping schedule, but in the beginning that may be something that you experience. But how would you say overall was your first week and your top takeaways from starting?
First of all, it was surprisingly manageable. Transitioning to a high-fat diet, like we mentioned, is not necessarily something that is, let's say, logical for you to do, but it's actually nothing to fear. I mean, my body feels, I don't have slumps, I'm not hungry, I'm not crazy hungry, I don't have craves. I'm hungry, and then I'm not hungry, I'm satiated. So that's good. Energy levels, yeah, I had a decrease of energy, but now it's back up. So I'm feeling more energetic now, as opposed to the first few days where I was still filling out the energy levels. And I'd say all in all, it's been pretty good. And I mean, there's a lot of food to eat, a lot more than I'd expected. Food tastes well. It doesn't taste like cardboard, so that's always good. and I do feel less tired, which is also very interesting.
So I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight and things to expect and things to avoid and things to do while you're in your first week. My biggest tip for you though is don't give up. If you're feeling negative symptoms, if you've got the keto flu and all of that stuff, everybody responds to this diet completely differently, but just push through that initial trial period, because you will gain amazing benefits, not only the weight loss benefits, but the mental clarity, like I said, and just feeling really, really good and on top of the world. You're not gonna have those midday energy slumps. For me, I always needed a coffee or a pastry or something sugary sweet in the middle of the day, and now when my daughter goes to sleep, I just have a ton of energy. I don't feel like I need to take a nap with her when that 3 p.m. time comes around. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. So please feel free to request certain videos, what we're eating in a day, what we're cooking, top tips, the supplements we use, all of that information. But for now, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!